all the things going on, but I'm not going to let that stop me from talking about brows today. And we're going to talk how to find the most perfect, that's a big bold statement. The most perfect brow shape for your face. I'm going to show you how to map out your brows, why you should really fill in those brows with just something, and then I'm going to show you what I use. So, to start, I'm going to take, just see, like, this is a teeny tiny little brush. I'm going to take this and I'm going to show you the different places on your face where your brow should start, where it should stop, and kind of where the highest point or the arch of your brow should be. Now, when you fill in your brows, there's just a whole number of products that you can use. Pomades, gels, pencils, eyeshadow. There's a whole list of products. I will say eyeshadow gives you a softer look versus if you use like a pomade or a gel, that's going to give you a little bit more of a dramatic look, okay? So I have some eyeshadows here. These aren't necessarily the color I would use to fill my brow, but I'm gonna show how to map it out. So I'm gonna take just a little bit on my brush here, just so I can show you guys. All right, so we need to start with figuring out where our brow should start. Now, I don't know about you, but I grew up in the 90s, early 2000s. We overplucked everything, right? And some of us still don't have good brows. Some of us just overplucked them and we're done. So where you think your brow should start and where your brow actually starts might be two different places. So I'm going to take my little brush here and I'm going to show you exactly where your brow should start. You can take a brush, you can take an eyeliner. Sometimes I'll use like a white eyeliner pencil, and you're going to put it beside your nose, and then it's going to go through the inner corner of your eye, and look, make a little line. That's where your brow should start. Okay, so oftentimes we lose some eyebrow here, and so we're very sparse. So like you can see where my eyebrow should start, and then there's not much there. So I'm gonna have to fill in just a little bit. But take your pen, your brush, whatever, straight up, and that's where your eyebrow should start. Okay, let me get a little bit more product so I can show you where your eyebrow should end. You're gonna take that same, and you guys, I usually do this just to map it out, and then I use like, again, eyeshadow so you can easily erase it. So you're gonna take your same brush, eyeliner, whatever, beside your nose, and you're gonna go through the outer corner of your eye this time. So you're gonna line it up, nose, outer corner of your eye, and make a little mark. That's where your eyebrow should end, okay? So again, this is the perfect eyebrow mapping for your face shape. So now we know where it needs to start, and now we know where it needs to end. And again, oftentimes we have to fill in there because we've overplucked, hair no longer grows there, or what have you. So again, it's completely normal to have to fill it in. Okay, let me grab a little bit more. All right, let's talk about where the highest point of your brow should be, or the arch of your brow, right? So you're gonna take your, whatever you're using, put it beside your nose, and this time you're gonna go through your pupil, all right? So like this, and put a mark. That's the highest point of your brow. That's where it should be. And now all you have to do is connect the dots. What I like to say is, if you are freehanding, so you've got a brush or a pencil or something like that, you're literally connecting the dots and you're drawing up two parallel lines here. So going from here to here, and then you've got two lines coming here. Me personally, I'm not good at freehanding because it'll take me forever to even up these bad boys. And remember, your face is not symmetrical, so more than likely your eyebrows are going to have a slight variation to them as well. They're meant to be sisters, not twins, again, because your face is not symmetrical. Now again, me personally, I'm not that great at freehanding them in. I will say, if you want to use a pencil or a brush to freehand them in, where you don't need to be doing these big long lines. It just doesn't mimic a natural brow. You need to be doing these really short flicks to mimic the natural brow, to mimic hair, right? So when you're doing your lines, it's short little strokes to fill them in. I will say, you guys, filling in your brows, even if you do something with a soft eyeshadow, it's gonna give you an instant facelift. Also, know that this part of your brow, so the tail, this is the tail, the tail of your brow is going to be a little bit, or should be a little bit darker than the more central, I don't know, the inner part of your brow here. So if you fill it in and you feel like it's all one color, take a little spoolie like this guy right here, and you can start feathering them out to comb them out, because you want this part of your brow a little bit lighter than this part. Now for me personally, you guys, I'll show you what I use. Let me wipe it off. I use this guy right here. I use a stencil and a stamp kit because, again, for the life of me, it'll take me forever to fill in my brow. So I'm going to erase these spots here now that we know where they go. And you might also say, like, you literally have no makeup on. Because I do my eyebrows first for many reasons. One, because this little stamp, if I put it on my face with my foundation, it might mess up my foundation. But two, if I get out of line or if I need to clean anything up, I have a bare face. So then I can go in with whatever I need to clean it up and not run the risk of messing up my foundation. So I use this little guy right here. This is by Mad Love. If you have questions about it, drop the word brows and I will send you information. But it is literally a stamp system. It's got a stamp and it's got pigment in here. Mine is almost out because you can see the silver in there. But it comes with about 6. Well, actually, they just relaunched, and now it's got like 9 stencils. You pick which one closely matches your natural shape, and then you go with that. So for me, I'm gonna sit here and take my little stencil, line everything up, and I'm gonna start with my tail, because again, I want that to be the darkest part of my brow. So that way more product is there and less product. You can tell I'm almost out because we got to fix that little part because I was almost out. But do you see how like that just instantly fills in my brow? And then I can take a spoolie and kind of feather it out. I'm gonna reload. So put here and undo, and then fill this back in so I can get the front of that brow just a bit more. And again, you totally can use an eyeshadow, or this is more of like a pomade, so it's a little bit more dramatic, but eyebrows frame the face when you fill them in. So do you see the difference? Like, do you see how I have this like defined arch now? Do you see how like with it filled in versus this one is a little bit more sparse? Like it just frames the face. And to me, it's like, if you have this done up face with makeup and foundation and eyeshadow, and then you don't have your brows, it's like you're leaving something out. So that's how I fill my brows in, with just this little guy right here. It helps streamline my routine. But now you know, if you want to fill in your brows, you know where they need to start, where the highest point should be, and where they need to end based on your face shape. So guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Like I said, I'm not gonna let a little keep me from hanging out with you guys. So hopefully you found this video helpful. Go ahead and like and subscribe and do all the things that you're supposed to do. I'm so new to YouTube, so I don't have a clue. But I literally just like to come on here and share easy makeup tips and tricks to just help you simplify your routine. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Now you know a little bit more about brows. If you have questions about the specific product that I use, comment the word brows, but just know, even the slightest bit of TLC given to your brows, whether it's just by filling in with just like a little eyeshadow, it's going to make a big difference, and it's going to leave you with a lifted look. All right, you guys, have a good one. Bye.